skateboarder. She is a 10-year-old girl. She is from Rowlett, Texas. And when she was 9, she became very well known speaking publicly for medical cannabis. A 9-year-old little girl. The power that she had behind her was phenomenal, for one. When I saw her, it brought me to tears. And I said, if she can do it, I would, and she inspired me. So I always want to talk about her wherever I go. She moved to Colorado and has now
Looks like a Terminator. Look at that thing.
exactly 200 days today. That's not a theory anymore, that's proof. And we need to get numbers. Can we get a bunch of people together? Can we all do this? Are y'all with me? Thank you all for coming out. And I'm going to hand this over to Sean for the next speaker. I appreciate it.
Looks like Sean's busy doing an interview, so I'm going to introduce our next speaker. We're going to bring up Stephen Carter, who is the Deputy Director for Waco NORML, as well as the Editor-in-Chief for Texas Cannabis Report.
Thank you. Quick survey. I want you to raise your hand if you think you have what it takes to make the world a better place. Mostly everyone, great. But there's a few of you out here who do not have your hand raised. Raise your hand too. Because everyone has the ability to make the world a better place. That's why we're here. 2 years ago, I found a way to make Texas and my community a better place. I founded Texas Cannabis Report. It's a news website dedicated to informing activists just like yourself of what's going on. Now, 2 years ago, I sat at the Texas Regional NORML Conference put on by DFW NORML. And I looked around. We had no media. Previous marches, 2,000–3,000 people down the streets, no media coverage. We were lucky to get any media coverage at all. And when we did, they mocked us, openly mocked us. There was a pun in every single article, every single news tip. But it's changed now. And it's changed because of what we've done. We got serious. You'll see them making fun of little kids on the TV who are sick and have benefited from medical marijuana. You'll see them making fun of throwing people in jail just for having a plant. This is what we do. This is what I do. I provide the media coverage that the traditional media won't provide. And kudos to CBS for being out here today. It's about time they started doing their job. We all need to be informed about what's going on because we can't be effective if we don't know our stuff, if we don't know what's happening. Events like this, you heard about it, probably not through traditional media. You should. Should have been one of the leading headlines this week. There's a group that's going to assemble probably thousands of people down in downtown Dallas, and they're going to have a marijuana rally. And that's what we're building towards. And it takes each and every one of you, not just reaching out to your representatives, that's important, that's probably one of the most important things there is, but also reaching out to the media, telling them how much you care about this issue, why it's important. Write that letter to the editor. It doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be what you feel. You don't even have to be that great of a writer. Call them up. Tell them what's going on. At least ask them, hey, where's coverage of the cannabis news? It takes a lot of courage to do all of this. And I commend each and every one of you.
Until these
for
are
being here.
in corruption
Because
rallies,
for each one
nothing's
of you,
gonna
there's
get done.
thousands, tens of thousands others who support this but are too afraid to come out. And we all have to convince those people
I'm telling you,
to be a part
Democracy
of
2.0.
this.
Weed,
And we've been
organic
preaching to you
food,
all day, and we're going to continue to preach to you
marriage,
that each and every one of
everything.
you matter in this fight. And if we're going to get it done, if we're going to get
all in one fell swoop, if we all work towards that one thing. And if they try to stand in the way, they're a public nuisance. Congress, unnecessary with the technology we have these days.
So when you leave here, tell a friend, tell your family, tell anyone you can that this is important. And convince them that if they support this, they need to get involved.
These cops look like Terminator on that thing. Did you see him?
It doesn't have to be
He was on the
running an
side.
organization or anything like that. Find your
Motorcycle
own way to
Segway
get
thing.
involved. That's what I did. That's what so many other people do. Thanks for being here.
Alright guys, now we're going to bring up Caroline Turner. She is the president of Denton Normal.
Hi everyone, my name is Caroline Turner. I'm 19 years old and I'm the founder and executive director of Denton Normal. I was not here at last year's Dallas March. I was struggling with severe anxiety at the time and the thought of being in a large crowd petrified me to my core. I was struggling to function on any level. I was constantly assessing exits, potential threats, and had overall paranoia of external forces. A march would make me too vulnerable, too afraid, and I knew I would have multiple panic attacks before I even arrived at the event. A few months later, I hadn't improved in the slightest, and in a lot of ways it actually got worse. Unrest anxiety doesn't go away. It breeds. It takes on new beasts for every single circumstance of your life. I recognized my beasts were multiplying, and although I didn't know how I could possibly change, I realized I needed help. I looked to my partner, Marshall, to help me start fixing this mess.
Hey, will you get some shots of me with this car?
We wasn't equipped to handle that kind of responsibility, but I love for each other at the stood greater and somehow more overwhelming obstacles even at such a young age. Marshall had always encouraged me to
Oh, right.
include myself in
So just take it out of the